Hello, today we're going to be doing a Blu-ray unboxing, and this is for Star Wars The Last Jedi, which just came out. And this is the Blu-ray plus digital copy, which is what I usually get. What I usually get is the Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital, but that one wasn't available. I didn't see one. And this is also the multi-screen edition. There's over 2 hours of bonus footage. There's some deleted scenes. There's a documentary. And of course, there's the digital download. And this is a wraparound cover with the Blu-ray being under here. And on the back, you see the picture with Luke and Kylo Ren, which I guess gives away that they fight. Yeah, you see some cast pictures. And you get some breakdown here. Basically, there's the full-length documentary with Rian Johnson. There's 14 deleted scenes. Looks like there's a short called Balance of the Force. There's some stuff about Andy Serkis. Scene breakdowns, which I guess is talking about different scenes. Smoke and mirrors, showdown on the craft. And then there's some audio commentary with Rian Johnson, and then download digital is from iTunes. Okay, so open that up, see same thing, and then I'll just open this up, and I just don't want to show the code for my digital movie, but you know the code's on the other side here. Redeem your movie and watch your favorite device. So yeah, like this Disney Movie Rewards isn't available in Canada right now, but I can still use the iTunes. So that's that. And then as far as what else is inside, it's the Blu-ray. Pretty straightforward. And the bonus disc, which is also Blu-ray. And it doesn't really specify what's on there, show a menu, just a picture of Rian Johnson with C-3PO, and that's it. So that's as far as you get from here. There's a comment here. Okay, so yeah, in the movie, it's PG. You got the Dolby Digital and 152 minutes, which some people who've reviewed it think that's too long. And as for what's on the DVD, we'll find out in a second. I'll first pop in the feature film and see what the menu screen looks like. And here we have the choices for the main movie: English with descriptive audio, French, and Spanish. And then if you pick English, the movie will load up. You'll see a Pog doing something while it's warming up. And then you'll get the main menu screen with Luke there, and Kylo and Rey, and then you can play with audio commentary by Rian Johnson, or you can set up the different languages and subtitles to play the movie with. Now with the bonus disc, you get the bonus features and subtitles. We get subtitles in numerous languages, as you can see. And then the bonus features. First bonus feature is the director and the Jedi. This is a 1.5 hour documentary about basically the making of the Star Wars The Last Jedi. Um, it is very focused on Rian Johnson and kind of, I guess it would be self promotion since he's the one that put together this disc, but it does show a lot about Star Wars, some behind the scenes things, a lot about the special effects, picking the scenes. Rian Johnson does talk about like his formula, like his ideas, where they came from, and things like that. And you get to see a lot of behind the scenes of making the different creatures, talking to the different actors about how they were working with Rian Johnson. So overall, it is pretty interesting. I mean, if you're a fan of the movie or Star Wars in general, it's worth watching, and it's pretty entertaining. And also, like, it's an hour and a half. It goes pretty fast, and it's a good watch. Definitely worth a watch on a special feature. Next, there's a small featurette called Balance of the Force with Rian Johnson. It's just a small video by Rian Johnson, 10 minutes, just explaining what his theory of the Force is and how he wants to use it in this movie. It's worth a watch, but not really all that interesting, and it's only 10 minutes. Next is scene breakdowns. In this, they go into more detail about what makes a scene in a movie. Now, this is actually pretty interesting. They do a breakdown of how they created all these different scenes. They do the three major scenes in the movie. So there is a little bit of spoilers here. If you're interested in being completely surprised, don't watch these or listen to my comments. The first one is the space battle in the beginning of the movie. They show all the CGI and how it works with practical effects, and that looks pretty good. It's very interesting to see how that works. And then you have the scene with Snoke and how the motion capture works with Andy Serkis doing all the acting there. It looks really good. Like you can see them going through the different CGI and from beginning to end, and it was worth watching for sure. And then you have the Planet Crate and how they created that set and the special effects that took place, working with the salt and the color scheme and even the sound effects on that planet. And it looks really good. It's definitely worth a watch. All three of them are interesting and worth a watch. And then you have Andy Serkis Live One Night Only, and this is basically it's showing all the motion capture that Andy Serkis did without the CGI over top of it. And Rian Johnson just introduces it and just kind of describes it as, he wanted people to see the original performance because of how good Andy Serkis did. And it's worth a watch. It's interesting to see. And then there's the deleted scenes. Most of them are just quick throwaway scenes that, well, there's a reason they're not in the movie. There's one good one I like with Finn and BB-8, where BB-8 kind of gives him like inspiration on to carry on, I guess it is. It's a good scene, and I think it should have been in. There's a scene with Luke and Rey, where I guess it's part of Rey's training, and it's actually a really good scene. It shows some humor with Luke and also some regret, I guess you would call it. It's really good, and it probably could have been in the movie. And then there's another scene where near the end with Finn facing off against Phasma, and it's a completely different ending to her character, where she gets more say, she gets more lines, and they actually bring up the fact that she gave up the shield codes in The Force Awakens, and he calls her out on it, which was pretty interesting. And there you have it. That's all the bonus features that came with the Blu-ray. They're really good. They're definitely worth watching. Not all the deleted scenes are worth watching or worth your time, but they're pretty short. I would definitely skip the one about the the casino planet they went to. That was already too long of a scene, and it didn't need to be longer. But overall, it's good. The documentary is great to watch. It's an entertaining bonus features for sure. Definitely worth the watch. And if you want to look at a review of the movie, I already have one done and on YouTube. I'll put a link to the description. I'll also put in the description. I'll put in the technical aspects of the video, the Blu-ray. But overall, it's a good movie, and it's not as great as the others, that's for sure. But overall, it's worth a buy. And I'll also put a link to where you can get it on Amazon. So thank you. Have a nice day, and if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, or all of the above.